Wow. We seem to be having issues, don't we? Did you see that?
No, what
Can
happened?
you hear me, Carl? I don't
I
know.
hear you
It was
clearly.
freezing from this side. Yeah, it was freezing from this side anyway. But we're back. We're back. Welcome to the show, guys. Sorry about the delay. We had few issues. I had few issues with stream software I use. It started asking for me to upgrade to another sort of plan for them to be able to allow me to stream, which is theft. But anyway, we move. So, guys, welcome to the show. Today I'm back with Carl. Carl, how you doing, man?
I'm good,
Carl,
man.
can
It's been a busy week.
you hear?
I hear you loud and clear. Can you
Yeah,
hear me?
oh, good, oh, good. Yeah, I can hear
Yeah,
you. I
I'm
can
well.
hear you.
I'm
Anybody in the
well.
comments, can you hear us? Or are we freezing? If any, oh, Daniel, can you hear us? Or are we freezing? Is okay? Is the video okay? Because it seems like it's freezing inside. But anyway, we move. So, Carl, tomorrow we're gonna play Fulham. So it's gonna be
Yeah,
Fulham versus Man City. This is the fourth round of the FA Cup.
yeah.
So we're just gonna do the preview as always. So, what do you think of the game tomorrow yourself?
Um, Fulham are doing well in the championship. They play good
Yeah.
football. Marco Silva plays
Mm-hmm.
open football, so it should be a good warm up for us, I would say, for the rest of the Premier League season. They play really good football. They actually play open football. They like to pass and move, positional play, using the flanks, similar to City, but not as clinical, not as machine like a City are. But they play some good football, so respect to them.
Oh, you better be your mind is about to be blown on the words you just said, not as clinical. Because look, I'm just gonna go back. I just want to check out the teams. The teams, the sort of games they've been playing. So, Carl, you said not as clinical. Have you seen how things have
So
gone
it's
from
a,
now
it's a
these days?
championship. It's a championship, man. I have my
I know,
yeah.
but I'm just talking about the clinical part because they have been slapping teams, man. They have been
It's a
handing out slaps in
it's
the
a championship,
championship.
man. It's a championship. I watched
I know.
I watched the last
Somebody
game,
said the
and
quality is not good this year in the championship.
no, it's not. It's not very good.
Yes.
It's not that
Somebody
good.
said it's not very good in the championship. Thank you, Daniel, man. Welcome to the show. Welcome everybody on Twitter. If you're watching us on Twitter, if you're watching us on not Facebook, YouTube, please share and like and subscribe to the channel. But make sure you get involved because look, as a City fan, this is also for yourself. So get involved. Tell us. Me and Carl are not experts here. We're just here to talk to you as fellow fans. So please let us know in the comments if you are objecting anything or trying to add anything. Would appreciate that. So look, I'm just looking at the last games we played. We played ourselves against Southampton. Obviously, that was a draw. Then after that, we played against Chelsea. We won that game. We played in the FA Cup against Swindon. We got 4-1. We won 4-1. Fulham played against Bristol City. They won 1-0, and they played Reading, and they won 7. Then they played Bristol City again, who they played in the FA Cup. They beat them 6-2. Another 6-2 for Birmingham City. Then Fulham beat Stoke. Then they drew. So both of us are coming in this match, right, Carl? With a lot of debuts, wins, a lot of wins, but both of us drew in our last game. So it looks like both teams are human.
Well, I mean, you look at the numbers alone. Yes, it looks like it's I just the championship this year has just been really poor. I mean, the standard
It's
has
been
been poor, really. I mean, if we can't beat Fulham, at home,
yeah, we have to forget.
Then we have no business being in the FA Cup, frankly. And that no disrespect to Fulham, it's just, I mean, we just have to do the job, frankly.
We have to assert ourselves, and a lot of City fans keep saying we haven't done well in the FA Cup in a while, and I think that's true. You know that? I think this is one of them we have to win. We've won it, but under Pep, we haven't won much of the FA Cup. I think we've won it once, haven't we? Once,
Yeah,
one
just
FA Cup
once.
so far.
Yeah, just
under
once.
Pep. Yeah, one FA Cup after under Pep. So guys, look, if you look right now, Kyle, I'm pretty sure you can see the screen. This is the head-to-head of Man City versus Fulham. In 2019, we beat them 2-0. Then we beat them 4-0 at the Etihad. And then we met them again. Then we beat them 2-0, then 3-0 away to that place. So City are more dominant versus Fulham. Fulham haven't won since 2019. I don't know about the most of the history. I didn't want to go that far. If we go that far, then we're gonna stay here all day. So look, we're coming into this game as the guys who've won the last last 1, 2, 3, 4, about 4 games. We've won all 4 games against Fulham. Look, for me, I'm gonna ask you. I don't know one thing, Carl. I know you said you haven't been watching them. They have Wilson. Do you remember Wilson, who used to play at Liverpool?
Yeah, I like him. He's a good player.
Yeah, Wilson. Yeah, so they have Wilson in the team. It looks like Marco Silva. I was surprised. I thought Marco Silva is done with coaching because he had very horrible jobs. He was at Middlesbrough. I think he didn't work out. He has been at a few teams. He didn't work out. So I didn't know it's him.
He was at Everton. He was at Watford.
Yeah. So he's been around, man. I actually thought he would be the next Mourinho. Remember when they were hyping him to be the next Mourinho because he's from Portugal?
Yeah, they always do that, don't they? That's what they always do. So, I mean, he's a likable guy. He's a nice guy. He's ambitious. Yeah. But there's some managers that they go to certain teams and they kind of do well. I think he'll do well with this team, Fulham.
He is. I think if he brings them up, he would be the one keeping them. I think he would keep them. Keep them. I think he's got the pedigree as a coach to keep them up if he brings them. Because, Fulham have been coming up and spending so much money, then dropping back. Now it's the first time I think they bought good players. Wilson is a good player. Wilson, I thought he was going to make it at Liverpool. I'm surprised they sold him. I was having a discussion with the Liverpool fan that, look, let me be honest with you. I always knew people like Wilson can't make it in your team because Klopp is not a coach that likes like sort of technical players. Am I wrong to say that? He likes workhorses. Does that make sense? In midfield, he likes workhorses. In attack, he likes players who are direct. Am I wrong to say that?
No, you're not far off. I think you have a good argument there that he likes to have workhorses in the middle of the park. However, I mean, Thiago Alcantara is a technical player, so he does have one of those once in a while.
I you know what I've been thinking? I thought that the reason why he got him, I think, was the reason for Plan B, because I think he was sort of saying, let me find something different, because I think he was knowing that people are playing the same thing. Okay, so there's a comment here from Daniel. He says, you can make your own opinion on that comment from Pep. He said, I am personally happy to have this young talented player Alvarez for the next years. I'm thinking he will stay. Oh yeah, for me he will stay. Carl is the one who has got the opposite argument. For me, he will stay, but Carl has got also his own opinion. But look, both of us might never know who's right. You never know, especially with Man City. Man City has brought a lot of how can you say, youngsters who we think are the next big thing, isn't it, Carl? Then we ended up going on loan. We can talk about Felipe Sandra. Remember, Felipe Sandra, when he came, they're saying he's highly rated as a defender. Pep called him, by the way, personally. But guess where he is now? He's in another team, and we have a buyback.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I go on what the manager said today. He said, we'll do a preseason with him, and then we'll see what happens. So I think he's probably an insurance policy in case Sterling leaves or Mahrez leaves. We have an option, a player who replaces Ferran Torres that we can play.
Or we don't get a big striker, maybe. So not a striker this time, maybe.
I think we'll get a big striker. I don't think it's a discussion.
Okay, great. So look, I know you say you don't believe the hype. It looks like this kid Carvalho, or is it Carvalho? I think Carvalho. It looks like it's a real deal, Carl. It looks like it is not only Liverpool who are after him. It's just that I think he was told maybe by Liverpool that we'll put you into the first team. You play first team football right away. But Fulham fans, or what I've been reading the whole afternoon, it seems like they are not very happy that he's been sold, and they're not happy that them to run his contract till 6 months, because apparently to them that's one of the best talents I've seen in a while. You get what I mean? Are you there?
Yeah, Carl? I mean, so I'm there. So I mean, for me, I find it very hilarious that everybody's talking about this kid now all of a sudden because Liverpool went after him, right? You know how Liverpool fans are. Like, I have many friends who are everything's the best. They have the best left back, best right back, best midfielder, best number 6, best striker, best everything's the best. So all of a sudden, this kid's name comes up, and then all of a sudden we're all making noise. But where was he before then? What happened to him before then? How come nobody shouted about him except for Fulham fans, before then? So I hold out judgment because we've had many of them. We've had Minamino, who was supposed to be the best since the sliced bread. We've had Harvey Elliott. We've had
Harvey was supposed to be the next coming of Robinho.
Yeah, we've had
Ronaldinho.
right? Origi is supposed to fit into any team in the top four. So there's a lot of hyperbole with when it comes to my good friends at Liverpool. I just don't pay any attention, frankly.
Yeah,
Until I see the guy
so,
play, then I make up my mind in terms of.
Yeah, so look,
against
guys watching on Twitter, if anybody has got word on Cavadio that is he that good, or Liverpool fans are just hyping him because they're after him, because Fulham fans seem to rate him. Charlie, how you doing? Welcome, Charlie. Daniel and Charlie, get involved. Everybody get involved in the comments. But anyway, apparently he's a talent and he's somebody we have to watch for. So look.
So I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example, Patrick. Okay. Mitrovic.
Go ahead. Yeah.
He has scored like 30-something goals this season for Fulham. Okay, he comes to the Premier League, he can almost score 2 goals or 3 goals. So again, everything is contextual, right? You have to put context around everything to make sure that you understand exactly what's going on. I give everything with a grain of salt until I see them against top opposition, and I can make up my mind. But that's me.
Okay, so here his comment is: "This is my first game back since lockdown happened, guys. Can't wait to be back at the Etihad." Charlie, man, I am heading over to the Etihad for the Liverpool game. By the way, Carl, as I told you, because my son has got trials to do, they are going to do training sessions with Liverpool and City, I believe. So, Carl, if you are free, we can join that, or then we can do the Champions League. Because I also want to see the Etihad. So look, Charlie, like fair play to you, man. If I'm in Ireland myself, if I had the money, I'd be traveling all the time to England. But unfortunately now, since Ireland and UK is out of the EU, we have to get visas, and visas are 90 quid for 6 months.
That's right.
Look, so for me, I would be traveling all the way to England. Look, I love watching games, and that's to be honest with you. And my partner knows I would be spending so much money on games. I would get that season ticket, even if I have to hustle and go beg at the Etihad. So look, guys, so Carl, let's move on to our lineup. I know that we always play the 4-3-3. As I'm talking, because it's just you and me today, so there's a lot of guests to say. But guys, also in the comments, if you want to pick players, go ahead, pick players, join us. So Carl, I just got this ready. So it's a 4-3-3 as always. I'm pretty sure we're not going to change that.
Yeah.
Okay, so Carl, today, since it's you and me, we're just going to be bouncing off each other. Obviously in goal, we know it's going to be Edison.
Well, I'm not too sure.
Are you sure? Because I think, because you know what my argument on this is. I'll let you go.
Yeah.
My argument on this is the players haven't played in a while, right? And Stefan, I think, was in America, wasn't he? He was playing for the American game.
I don't know where he is, because he wasn't.
I think he was with the American team, so I'm not sure. I'll research on that. But what I'm trying to say is, I think he will want people to warm up. You know, Pep doesn't mess around, and Fulham is not like this sort of opposition. You'd sort of mess around and say, look, they're in the Championship. But Fulham, the way they're going, they are a team where you have to go there with your team and beat them convincingly. You know what I mean? Like they're not like they're top of the Championship and they're in good form, and they actually have players that I know that you were saying Mitrovic. Like Mitrovic, I feel sorry for him. Like he's always had potential, but every time he comes to the Prem, he fails to score. But there's few players that you can actually pick and say a Premier League team can pick and say, I'll take this one. Do you know what I mean? Because Norwich is not better than them. I know Norwich is up, but Norwich is laughable. Do you get my point? Burnley plays bad football. No offense to my good mate.
Stefan was not in the US side for the last couple of games that they played for the World Cup.
Wasn't he? I thought he was in USA.
No, he wasn't. Which is why I'm wondering what's going on with him. Does he have COVID? Is he recovering? Because if you notice the last game against Southampton, he wasn't on the bench either. Right?
Yeah, he's been. Is he injured? I saw a picture though on his social media on Twitter. Yeah. Guys, in the comments and anybody who's watching on Twitter, can you please let us know where Stefan is? Where is Zach Stefan, our second? Has he been all this time? Does anybody have any knowledge? Daniel says, me personally, I'm living in Germany, so it's also really difficult for me to travel to Manchester, unfortunately. I feel your pain, Daniel. Me and Carl feel your pain. Me and Carl, if we lived in England, I think me and Carl would spend most of our bread on matches, isn't it, Carl?
That is correct, man. We would if we could.
Yeah. So Carl, keeping in mind that we have no idea where Zach Steffen is, do you think it's going to be Carson or an academy keeper, or it's going to be Edison? I think it's going to be Edison just to keep him sharp.
It probably will be Edison. If it's not Edison, to be that guy Trafford, right? If Steffen's not available, because I'm looking at him if he's injured.
Isn't Trafford out on loan? I think Trafford is out on loan, isn't he?
He was training with them like this week.
Oh, okay. So it's not Trafford, the one who's on loan.
Yes, Zach has a back injury, I think. He has a back injury. That's what. Yeah, he has a back injury. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I can't hear you. Yeah, something's wrong with your mic. I can't hear you.
Myself on mute. Oh, I was right about that, Carl.
There we go.
James Trafford is an English footballer who plays for Bolton Wanderers and City. So he went on loan.
Okay.
Trafford is on loan, yeah.
Then it's probably going to be Edison then. Yeah.
Yeah, and Trashford, just who are interested, because I'm interested in academy players. He's got a great start on loan and he's breaking records already.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Steffen is injured, I think.
Yeah, so Steffen is injured. So we're going to stick to Edison, right?
I think Eddie will play.
Okay, so Edison in goal. Guys in the comments, yeah, so Daniel also said the same thing. Daniel says Zach Steffen has a back injury. Yeah, right. Thank you very much, Daniel. Thank you very much for that information.
Are you sure it won't be Carson? I'm just thinking. I don't know.
No, not this. I'm sorry, guys. Carson is a legend, Champions League winner, probably our most decorated European winner. He's the GOAT, but I doubt in this one. Because look, as much as he played for, maybe he might. You never know. Pep is very sentimental and very giving. You remember he put him in the Newcastle game, but I think that was when there was no option of a keeper, isn't it? That time Edison was injured, and I'm pretty sure Zach Steffen was unavailable. So yeah it was like, look, I think if there's nothing wrong with Edison is playing in this. I just think so. If not, we might see Carson. So look, I'm going to give you the defense, Carl. I'm going to give you the whole defense. It's all yours.
Okay. Back four is very straightforward for me. It's Walker on the right, Cancelo on the left.
Okay, I see you're going strong.
Oh, yes, no doubt.
There's no playing. That's the same thing. I don't want any messing around. I don't want any hope of hearing that, oh, this is the reason why this Fulham side is doing good in the championship. I want them I heard Fulham fans saying they would love City to go full strength because they want that team to be tested against the best team in England. Do you know what I mean? They want to know if they're ready for that step, because it says every time they get deceived on how Fulham plays very well in the championship and then they go up and get beaten easily. Do you know what I mean? So I get where the fans are coming from. So what about the defense? Would you like to see John Stones to come back?
I think it's this is a tough one because like
Stones and Ake.
No, Ake's not starting. I think it's going to be.
Is John Stones fit? He's fully fit, isn't he?
Yeah.
He had a knock. He had a knock before, didn't he?
I think it's going to be Laporte and Stones. I think Laporte and Stones, man. I think Laporte and Stones.
Okay, Stones and Laporte. Okay, great.
Yeah.
If I were Pep, I would actually play this too, because I think Stones deserves to be playing these FA Cups. Stones, guys, to be honest with you, Stones might not be the best out of the two defenders, like the best if we talk about pedigree. The thing about people like Stones, I can only speak to you. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, Carl, somebody who's a student of the game, you understand this, that every time when there's a centre backs, you can't have two dominant centre backs like vocal. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't work. It works out sometimes, but sometimes like they say, who are you to tell me this? But Stones, who is willing to listen and who's willing to also just give his 2 cents. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, I hear the argument.
Maybe that's the reason why John Stones.
It depends, but the other thing too is that there's an interesting stat about John Stones, right? People talk about Diaz being the guy, and there's no doubt he's a fantastic defender.
Yeah, he is fantastic.
But when Stones plays with Laporte, we hardly concede goals, we hardly lose.
When he plays with Maguire, Maguire is considered less goals apparently with Maguire.
When he plays with Diaz, we hardly concede goals, we hardly lose. When Diaz and Laporte play, we sometimes concede goals. When
city goals.
So the fact is, maybe Stones is actually the X factor that allows that centre back pair, that's those centre backs to actually perform. It's just a theory, right? If you take him out of the equation and you pair those two together, Laporte and Diaz, they concede goals.
So Kyle, for the sake of democracy, should we reward Daniel with Esbrand?
No, he's not starting.
I wanted to provoke you. I wanted to provoke. Yeah, he's actually admitted, saying it's probably gonna be Zinchenko or Cancelo.
Yeah, I hear you, but he's not starting. I'm sorry.
Okay, so who do you think is gonna play as a defensive midfielder?
It's going to be Rodri.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be Rodri.
What if you see Fernandinho?
I'll be surprised. Very surprised.
Yeah, I will also be surprised because with a counter, like with a team that has very fast transition and a team that's like that, and the midfield is doing full of youth. It's a team full of youth, and the Mitrovic might only be the only one I think who's like one of the older guys. Even I hear Toshin Adebayo is doing well. Obviously, he didn't do well against Blackpool in the last game. He had few dodgy things, but apparently he's been so solid. So it's a team full of energetic youngs. You know what I mean? So we need speed in that midfield.
Yeah, the other thing too is I recognize that we haven't played in like 2 weeks, and we're getting ready for some really important games coming up. So I think the coaching staff will want to get that team in the rhythm again, to get them firing and moving the rhythm. And I think that we have 5 subs in the FA Cup, correct? Which means that you can actually...
Yeah, we do. Okay. So we might see the academy kids, guys. Don't worry about that. You might see the academy kids.
Right. You might see them come in, if we go up a couple of goals up and it's we can. So I think he's going to start very strong, and then we'll, if we get goals early and we're moving the ball well, he may take players off after 50, 60 minutes, 65 minutes, bring in McAtee, bring in Esbrand or whoever, or Zinchenko or whoever else. So yeah,
guys in the comments, please drop down the names. If you don't agree with what me and Carl are saying, tell us in the comments, and put a like on the vid, guys. There's a lot of you watching it. Put a like on the vid. Like the vid. I see a lot of you guys on Twitter watching it. As always, there's a lot of you on Twitter are watching, but you're always silent. Go ahead, tell us what you think, and like the vid, and subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to Pitch Points, that's Carl's channel, and subscribe to my channel, True City Fan. Also follow Gundororian, who's Carl on Twitter. You'll see him in spaces. Very controversial guy. And also follow me, True City Fan, who is very controversial and a big fan of youth. So let's move on. I'll be very interested to see what you're going to pick here, Carl. I've been thinking before we came on, I was like, what is he going to pick? Is he going to... Because for me, okay, let me talk to you for a minute, Carl.
Yeah.
I am not happy with what's happening with Gundogan. I'm sorry. I know De Bruyne is the man, but come on. Gundogan and Bernardo Silva was untouchable. That partnership was untouchable.
So let me spare you the pain, okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
Gundogan, I think, is going to start tomorrow.
Yeah.
I also think De Bruyne is going to start, and Bernardo will start.
Oh, do you think it's a whole false 9 tomorrow?
Yes, because Jesus is out injured. The question for us will be who plays left and who plays right. Does he go natural wingers, or does he go half natural wingers, half inverted, or full inverted? That becomes the question.
Okay.
But I think the four, that diamond in the middle of the field, Rodri, De Bruyne, Bernardo, and Gundogan play. I think that De Bruyne becomes a false 9.
Okay, cool. So Daniel says, like I said, I think people go strong because we need to get the rhythm back. I think we will see Bernardo and Gundogan. Excellent, Daniel. For me, Carl, I don't know, guys. Again, you can go against me. You can tell me I'm wrong, but Carl, when we have Gundogan in the team, we seem so dangerous. Is it just me? I don't know, something about him. When it's him and Bernardo in that midfield, look, De Bruyne is amazing, probably the best player we have. But when it's Gundogan and Silva and Rodri in that midfield, why is it so fluid? Explain to me. We're so fluid and we're so dangerous. And do you see the goals we score? We score too many goals and we have those guys in the team.
Let me explain to you why. Okay?
Yeah.
Because when you have Gundogan and Bernardo Silva in the team, what you get is lots of short passing and lots of control, passing and moving.
Oh,
okay. De Bruyne's role is one of what I call a quarterback, right? Mercurial. His job is to attempt those risky passes, those long passes. And many times you'll lose the ball because they're high-risk passes. But when they come off, they're spectacular. Gundogan and Bernardo don't do that. They're more of a tiki-taka, short passing control around the midfield. That's what they do. And because of that, the false nine system is probably a little better because we're able to create space and move players around. Gundogan can step into the false nine, Bernardo can step into the false nine because they have that kind of control. Kevin wants to attempt those risky, long, medium passes that are dynamic, but the chances of it going wrong are also high, which is why you have some less control unless you play all four of them and play Kevin as a false nine. Then it's like not only do you have the control, but you also have the Kevin's instinct to finish it in the box.
Yeah, you see, that's why guys in the comments, please disagree or agree with us if you think this wrong. For me, and also what Daniel said and what Gundogan just said is, I always wondered why. Look, no offense, when De Bruyne is not there, sometimes when even he's there as the first nine, but when Bernardo Silva and Gundogan are in the team, we are more dangerous. And if you look at the games that played together, you will see we score exquisite goals. Have you seen the goals we score? But but when we're playing them, we penetrate teams in a different way. It's as if there's a guaranteed goal coming. Do you get my point? And
but
Gundogan, I now understand why he was the first signing, even though he was injured by Pep. I used to not be a fan of Gundogan and be like, why do we have him? He just gets injured. But now I understand why Pep bought him first. He was the first signing, and don't forget he was injured. So Pep had the patience to wait for an injured player and say, let's go buy an injured player, which most teams don't do. Yeah, so we have a comment here. It says, yeah, go ahead.
Because it's about their control, right? I mean, but think about the big games. In the big games, if De Bruyne is fit, Guardiola's going to play him. He's going to play him.
He is. He is. But I just feel like, for me, this is just my opinion. Like, that's the reason why I think the reason why we reached that final was because of that flow in midfield. Because don't forget, we got De Bruyne, but we never got him from the beginning. De Bruyne and Gundogan and Bernardo were all in a first nine system that was rotating. Remember, and I think playing those three and Rodri, playing those four in our midfield, as you called, we were forming a box. You said there was a box, isn't it? A box of two, one in the front, and I think playing those three confused a lot of teams. A lot of teams were scared because for me, if I saw a team with Bernardo, Gundogan, and De Bruyne in the team, I am scared. The ball that's going to be kept, and De Bruyne is unpredictable. You never know what pass he's going to give. Gundogan is keeping the ball. He enters in the box. Like, that was just the best flow of football I've ever seen. That's why I think we reached that final.
Yeah, I mean, we controlled games. That's just don't forget, one of the reasons why we're able to get to the final because of the defense. You had Diaz and Stones performing lights out football. Without those two back there, we won't be able to get to that final because they were so good.
Cool.
That gave the midfield confidence to be able to play the way that they play and basically suffocate teams into submission, frankly.
Yeah. So here Daniel says, we're going to just read his comments and finish up the lineup. In my opinion, our best midfield is Rodri, Gundogan, and Bernardo this season. De Bruyne will probably start in the first nine. Yes, that's the same thing Gundogan is saying. For a guy whose name is Gundogan, he's not really putting De Bruyne as the best midfield. Get Gundogan as the best midfielder in our team. So there's another comment here. De Bruyne, when fit, is the best midfield in the world by a distance, but with Gundogan and Bernardo, we look more balanced. Exactly. Bernardo looks like a better player with Gundogan. Exactly. Gundogan somehow just makes other people look better. That's just my opinion. He makes that. But the thing is, none of our midfielders, I repeat, none of our midfielders, even David Silva, can make those behind the line passes Gundogan does. Remember the one he dinks them over to people? And he also can, and there's nobody who runs in behind like him. Have you seen when he runs in behind, even a defender says you don't even know he's there? You just see a goal and you're like, well, how did he get there?
Yeah. I mean, he's a phenomenal player. His intelligence is second to none. He's probably one of the most intelligent players that we have.
Yeah, he's doing his coaching badges. He coached under 16 today. Did you see the pictures?
Yeah,
he did.
I heard about that. Yeah, definitely. He is. He's. That's why I took that name, Gundalorian, because I just felt that he was just right. It reminded me of the Mandalorian from
Mandalorian. Yeah. So guys, we're gonna move on here. He's underrated. You're right, Daniel. A lot of people don't rate him, but Gundogan right now, I think if you talk about midfielders, he is in the top 5 of midfielders, and that's just in my opinion. And I think it's true. It's just that a lot of people underrate City players. Gundogan, when he was at Dortmund, people were twerking for him.
Fantastic.
People were twerking for him. Yeah. So look, who are we gonna play here? Bernardo Silva.
I'm doing Bernardo and Gundo. So Bernardo on the left, and then Gundo on the left, Bernardo on the right.
Yeah, I was about to say, isn't Bernardo better on the right hand side?
Yeah, invert the number 8s. But it all depends on who's left and right. Wingers depends, because that also may change. But the two of them will be there. I think I would like to see two of them there.
Okay, so we've got a midfield so far of Rodri and Bernardo, aka Mr. Bubblegum, and Gundogan, the Maestro. So now this is the interesting part. Bear in mind, guys, in the comments, bear in mind, guys who are watching on Twitter right now, Carl is not a fan of inverted wingers. He doesn't like wingers who are inverted, who have to cut in. So bear in mind. So I'd like to see who he's gonna go for. So Carl,
well, let's start.
Talk to me, man.
Let's start with the false. Let's talk about the false 9. Let's really think about that, right? So the question becomes for me, right? Who plays the false 9? We know if Kevin's going to play, Kevin can either play as the right number 8 instead of Bernardo, or Bernardo can play the false 9. We know that can happen. Right? The question is, who does that? If you're asking me, play Kevin as a false 9, which basically means he has a free role. So I put Kevin De Bruyne there. That solves that problem. And let's understand that this false 9 is not that somehow Kevin just disappears out of the field. The false 9 basically has two roles. One is to press the defender or the goalkeeper when he has the ball, but also Kevin's false 9 role is different from the false 9 role that Foden has. So Foden will always kind of press. He's one that counter presses to win the ball, to turn the ball over from the goalkeeper. De Bruyne's false 9 role is a free role around the whole field. So there's a very slight distinction between how both of them play. So Bernardo and Foden, the false 9 role is to press the keeper into a mistake. So they're always in that number 9 role, press it, right? De Bruyne's false 9 role is where he has license across the whole field. He doesn't just press the keeper alone. He can go anywhere he wants to go, which allows players to rotate into that 9 position and out of that 9 position. That's the difference. So for Fulham, because of the way they play, which is attacking, I think De Bruyne is going to end up playing the false 9. Then we get to the left and the right, Patrick.
Okay, cool. So according to Daniel, he says his front 3 is Foden, De Bruyne, Mahrez. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I think see what the Fulham play. Can you check the system? It depends on what Fulham play. If Fulham play a 4-3-3, then he's going to play inverted wingers.
Okay, cool. I'll see Fulham. I'll check.
If Fulham play 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1, he's going to play inverted wingers. If Fulham play a back 3 or back 5, he's going to play natural wingers. So if you look at the last game, let me look at the last game, which was when was the last game?
The last game they played against Blackpool, I think so.
What day was that? That was on Monday or Tuesday. What was it? Yesterday? Was it yesterday? Let me go to last weekend, because that's really, really important. That here we go. Blackpool versus Fulham lineups. So they played a 4-2-3-1. So they play a back
4-2-3.
Yeah, okay, I think he's gonna go inverted wingers. So he's probably gonna go Grealish and
we're gonna be honest also. This is just something. I know some people will not be happy with this, but let's be honest. Foden hasn't been great. Foden hasn't been great recently. Just my opinion. Since the game. So I've never seen this before. Actually, I've never seen Grealish and Myers in the wings at the same time. I don't think I have seen it, guys. If I'm wrong on
change
Twitter,
that to Sterling.
and if I'm wrong,
Change that to Sterling. Sterling on the right.
Okay.
I think he'll do that.
I've never seen this before. I've never seen Grealish and Myers in the wings before. Am I wrong?
I haven't seen it either. So let's go with Sterling. Yeah, I think he'll do that.
I think this would actually be great. The only thing is, I think for Grealish, since he's got De Bruyne now, who can assist and stuff, can Grealish also sometimes maybe remove the mentality of saying I'm a creative guy. Let me also get a few goals. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let De Bruyne assist me. But anyway, what do you guys think? This is the Fulham versus Man City preview.
I'm sure they're all watching the United game. I'm sure they're all watching.
Yeah, no, we've got a few people watching. Probably those people who are watching, or people are going to watch it later. You can go back at the beginning if you've missed a few things. We were talking about the head-to-head with Fulham. We also talked about the games that Fulham have played. They've been in good form, but they drew the last game, I think, against Blackpool. City drew against Southampton, but both teams have been in good form, winning that games with 7-5, 4 goals. So this is the lineup that Carl and myself have picked. If you guys in the comments think that you want another, you like to change any of the players, I'm gonna post this on Twitter. You guys can comment and put your own lineup. Let's make it interesting, guys. Don't always wait for YouTubers to put up lineups. We're not experts. Do your own lineup. If you want a link, DM me on Twitter. I'll be able to give you a link on how to get this lineup. So you can also put your own lineup underneath the lineup we're going to post on Twitter. So, Carl, are you satisfied with this?
Let me explain what will end up probably happening in the game.
Go ahead.
So we start off in a 4-3-3, and what normally happens is that the team very quickly switches to what we call a 3-box-3, right? Yeah. Which is basically the back. We change to a back 3 with Laporte, Stones, and Walker. And then Cancelo tucks into next to Rodri, making the bottom of the box. And then Gundogan and Bernardo move up to the top of the box. So it becomes a 3-box-3. And then that front 5 basically rotates around the whole play except for Rodri. And then the back 3 stays with the 2. That's what's probably going to happen. So if Cancelo end up playing that midfield kind of role next to Rodri, he becomes the creative one while Rodri becomes the destructive one. Then the 2-8 move up into the top 3 to make it front 5. So if you our average position now play is normally like that, right? It's 4-3-3, but it's actually a 3-box-3 or a 2-3-5, where you have 5 strikers, 3 midfield, and then 2 defenders. So yeah.
Okay, that's good. So since you are confident with this lineup, let's go to the nitty-gritty. So what is the prediction score for this game tomorrow?
I'm gonna go 3-0.
3-0. Okay. So Carl has gone for 3-0. Guys in the comments everywhere, please put your own prediction score. For me, I think it's going to be a 3-1 game. I think Fulham will score. I have a feeling they will score. Majority of the, but I'm pretty sure we're going to win this 3-1. So guys, that was the preview of Fulham versus Man City tomorrow. Fulham is coming to the Etihad. Daniel says 3-0. He's agreeing with you, Carl. Daniel says he's agreeing with you, 3-0. So Fulham are coming to the Etihad. They're going to play. It's going to be played tomorrow, Saturday. What time are you going to be watching the game in America, Carl?
I think it's at 10 o'clock.
Oh, okay. That's at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, in the morning. What time is it going to be in the UK, in Ireland?
Yeah, bear with me for a minute. Let's see. Ireland.
3 o'clock?
Ireland is going to be at 3 o'clock, yeah.
Yeah, so 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock.
Yeah, so guys, for Carl, it's going to be 10 o'clock in the morning. For us, it's going to be 3 o'clock. Same in the UK, 3 o'clock kickoff. Let's hope we get the dub tomorrow and we win so we can move on to more serious things. And for myself personally, I want to make sure that we win the FA Cup. I don't want us to just have one FA Cup. If it doesn't happen, look, there's bigger fish out there like the UCL and the Premier League. So Carl, as always, it was a pleasure to have you. I hope I didn't take you away from anything.
No, absolutely. It's always good to have you, especially on a Friday night when after work. So it's great to be here.
Good, grand. Enjoy your weekend.
All right,
man.
Bro.
Enjoy your weekend. And guys in the comments, enjoy your week. I don't know if Man United are losing. Looks like everybody is tweeting about them that it's embarrassing. They're struggling against Middlesbrough, but Middlesbrough, very good team. So look, guys, with us